I was struck by a certain bit of dialogue while watching episode 3 of The Crown, season 5 the other night. The episode is titled Mumu, and it deals with the meteoric rise of Egyptian billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed. It's a brilliant episode that breaks away momentarily from the central royal drama while expanding the show's universe and putting the royal family in a slightly different context. Mohammed, or Mumu, is obsessed with the British royal family and wants to rub shoulders with the Queen. But it's his son Dodi who expresses the same sort of highly focused ambition with the following line.
I found the perfect partners. The best people with world-class talent and connections.
The term, the best people, is not unusual. We hear it every once in a while, often without really thinking about what those words mean, and it makes perfect sense in this scene. Those words have been used numerous times in the films of Stanley Kubrick, and there seems to be some intention behind those words. They're not throwaway lines.
Oh, this old place has had an illustrious past. In its heyday, it was one of the stopping places for the jet set, even before anybody knew what a jet set was. We had 4 presidents who stayed here. Lots of movie stars.
Royalty?
All the best people.
Boy, you need a shave.
Of course I need a shave because I've not shaved since yesterday morning, and I'm a man who needs 2 shaves a day.
Do you always have to shave twice a day?
Yes, of course, because all the best people shave twice a day.
When I take up a person, Mr. Linden, he or she is safe. There is no question about them anymore. My friends are the best people. Oh, I don't mean that they're the most virtuous, or indeed the least virtuous, or the cleverest, or the stupidest, or the richest, or the best born, but the best.
Lord Wendover seems to be offering Barry a way into the club, the same club Jack Torrance wants entry into, the same club Claire Quilty is a member of, the same party that Bill Harford has just crashed.
Listen, Bill, I don't think you realize what kind of trouble you were in last night. Who do you think those people were? Those were not just ordinary people there. If I told you their names, I'm not going to tell you their names, but if I did, I don't think you'd sleep so well.
Okay, he doesn't quite say the best people in this case, but Eyes Wide Shut and Barry Lyndon, in particular, do mirror each other in many other ways. Bill and Barry each find themselves just on the periphery of elite society. Barry marries into society, but is still effectively an outsider, and his status is tenuous. Bill is at the service of the elite, but his status is also tenuous. It's been suggested that the mask that Bill wears at the ritual appears to be modeled after the face of Ryan O'Neal, who portrayed Barry Lyndon. But whether or not that's actually the case, both characters are undeniably in similar circumstances in their respective worlds. They're at the party, but they're not part of the inner circle. Whether it's in the guise of high finance or royalty and the aristocracy. In order to curry favor with the king, Barry has raised a company of soldiers to fight the Americans. But the king is not impressed. He effectively tells Barry to go away.
Good, that's right, Mr. Linden. Raise another company and go with them, too.
Sir Christopher Neville, Your Majesty.
Sir Christopher.
It's an inspirational story where the outsider ends up becoming an insider.
Mumu wants entry into the club. He's restored the former home of the late Duke of Windsor at his own expense, and he's invited the Queen to visit. She declines his invitation, but sends her representatives to take away the Duke's belongings, as they are the property of the family. The scene is enhanced by its inclusion of Shostakovich's Waltz No. 2, a piece of music that's become synonymous with Eyes Wide Shut.
Mr. Al-Fayed, I'm here on behalf of Her Majesty.
The same concerns in Kubrick's films over who's allowed into the inner circle and under what conditions, and who's not allowed under any conditions, are also present in The Crown. It's reflected in the royals' attitude towards not only the Egyptian upstarts, but towards Diana as well. Dodi Fayed will become intimately involved with Princess Diana. Soon thereafter, both will be out of the picture. It's also interesting to note that Dodi's cousin was Jamal Khashoggi, the Saudi journalist and dissident who would later be assassinated by a different royal family. When you look past the many genres that Stanley Kubrick tackled throughout his career, one major theme permeating much of his work is that of the abuse of power. His depictions are harsh and cynical. Although The Crown is largely sympathetic to the royal family, it occasionally hints at the absurdity of the institution and its effects on the behavior of its subjects, however gently. So there seems to be a continuum, with Kubrick's brutal, corrupt authoritarians at one end, and the Crown's well-mannered, legitimate authority at the other. Which is right? Are hierarchies inherently bad, or are they unavoidable and necessary? Can we live together in true equality? Or must we always defer to all the best people? These are age-old questions that have been debated by sages throughout history. In our own global age, it's beginning to feel like we need a proper answer.